Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the Average AF Podcast with your hosts, Adam McElroy and Stephen Hardy.
Hey guys, welcome to the Average AF Podcast. I'm here with Steve as always.
Whoop, whoop.
How you doing today, man?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. This is actually our 8th episode. Definitely came up on us quickly. Doesn't feel like we've done 8 already.
No, man. It's been fun, though, the whole way.
Definitely.
The whole way.
But I did want to mention, too, last week, I did send out probably 50 to 60 stickers out to people that reached out to us on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. So thank you guys for supporting us in that aspect. And I know a couple of you have gotten your stickers already. If you haven't yet, I'm sure it'll be soon. But make sure to tag us in pictures or message us, let us know you got them, whatever, however you want to get a hold of us.
Yes, you got extras. Post them everywhere, every business. We don't care if they get taken down. We're just trying to get our name out there. So please do what you can.
Yeah, if people throw them away, whatever, but try. But today, we do have a special guest with us. It's actually our first guest ever to the Average AF Podcast, so pretty excited about that. He is the funniest man I know, hands down, Jeremiah Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
Doing good. Some of you might know me. My name's Jeremiah Johnson, a.k.a. Pimp Daddy Johnson, a.k.a. Mountain Man, a.k.a. Robert De Niro.
Oh, you fucking recognize.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Facts.
Uh-huh.
I think, wasn't that your email from middle school, Pimp Daddy Johnson?
Pimp Daddy Johnson.
Yep.
It's
From
been-
3rd grade.
It's been a couple things.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Flat Pop 3. That was a good one.
Yeah.
He tried to name my band Flat Pop.
That was my
He still
YouTube-
stands by it.
That was my YouTube whatever.
Username.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you. That's a word.
Okay.
Yeah, Flat Pop. Yep.
Flat Pop 3.
We have a video out there. Some people
Nobody
have seen
check
it.
it
About
out.
6
Yeah.
views.
This is from, last I knew I had a couple hundred,
Oh, nice.
first of all, but this was from when nobody could drive yet. So we were 15 or 14.
Yeah.
So we're talking 14 years ago.
Fuck.
Yeah. But it's
Very-
on there.
It's still
Very
on there.
bad. Nobody look at it. Is before we had sex, so we had a bunch of pent up aggression and old
That's true.
cum in us. So you don't want to watch that.
It was three
it's
white
bad.
dudes doing terrible magic tricks because I found out on my video camera I could pause it during the recording, and then when you unpause it to record, now Jerry's not there and he disappeared.
Right.
So it's
Like-
old school.
Yeah.
I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
sex.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Real quick though, we did ask for some questions just on Facebook just to see if anybody wanted to ask us some crazy shit, because there's been a ton of crazy shit that's happened since we've been friends. And your girlfriend actually reached out to us first and wanted to know, let me quote her, "Why are you guys the way that you are?"
Mhm.
So what would be your answer to that as far as your mouth?
100%. Not gonna lie. Chemtrails.
Fuck off.
What?
Hands down. It's gotta be chemtrails.
It's
That's
not.
the only explanation I have for it.
It's not chemtrails, man.
It's chemtrails.
No.
Well, what is that?
I could be wrong.
He
but
doesn't
I
even know what
believe
it is.
There's well, I don't know if I 100%. There's theories that the trails behind airplanes that you see,
Okay.
that's not like an exhaust or a smoke. That's chemical trails. That's how the government puts out chemicals to make us do whatever kind of crazy shit they want us to do.
Oh, fucking
So-
mind blown.
Chemtrails.
Jesus.
It's hard to argue with that, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
I don't think you have the data to prove me wrong.
I've never heard of
So-
that conspiracy. So
No.
That's definitely a white person shit.
Yeah.
White person thing.
As
for
white
sure.
people, we There's some white people that have no struggles in the world, so they have to think up crazy shit that's happening that they gotta fight.
Yeah, I'll never know about that life.
Chemtrails.
Chemtrails.
Whatsoever. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, so the first episode?
It was the second episode. I went back and looked. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We talked about, do you remember, it was us three sitting, what is that, Stadium? And we was having a conversation about internet and, you know, shit of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And we got on the topic of having like internet problems, shit, like cutting out or, you know, outages and shit. And you are like, yeah, I never have those problems in my house. And I was like, well, aren't you fucking white?
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was the intro to our second episode ever, was Steve telling that story.
Yeah, I'll never forget because that shit was hilarious. That's exactly what you sounded like, though. It was just like, oh man, what are those? Like, I don't go through that shit.
We talk about internet problems.
I pay my internet bill every month in full on the day of. I don't have these problems, you guys. Maybe if you guys, you know, were tight on your shit a little better.
Yeah, you were a
shit
dick.
Wouldn't lag. But no, that's something every time I fucking see you, man, I'll think of that. So.
I was probably trying to get you to convert from CenturyLink to Time Warner.
Yes.
At the time.
Which I did.
Yeah.
And then they turned to Spectrum.
Yeah.
And now they suck nuts.
They suck nuts because the price is the same and they doubled your internet speed. Yeah, fuck you, Spectrum.
No.
God, hate them guys.
Yeah, and I don't really have problems.
It must be the area then. In Lexington, like, it's fucking terrible.
You gotta remember, you know, so people think of wires as like nothing can get into them. But you gotta remember, you got all that fucking attitude running around your house.
I knew he was gonna say some dumb shit.
All the works. So
fuck off. This is what Asia was talking about. Why are you this?
I don't know why Asia likes me.
No,
everything like the attitude thing. I always have something to say.
He does,
and half of the time it's legit advice or something.
Yeah.
So I'll start talking, and she will listen to me. Because I think she loves me, and normally I give her good input.
Aww.
And half the time it's just like, yeah, so that because of your fucking attitude,
yeah,
you stupid, and like I don't know why she.
Well, why
she puts up with me.
I've always said this too since you guys got together. Like, he has never changed himself for her or anybody in general.
That's how it should be, though.
Full really. Jerry is introduced to this little girl that's innocent. Before she met you.
Fair.
Okay.
And I've always said, like, she's the only one that, like, can put up with you. 100% you. And, like, love you and, like, forever. Because, like, I've already not loved you a couple times.
Yeah.
And it's only been, like, 15 years. So
yeah.
She's guaranteeing a lifetime. Uh-huh. I'm like, she's perfect because nobody else is going to do that.
She's the only one on the scoreboard.
Yep.
Awesome. How is she, man? I haven't seen you both out at my place of employment in a while. I see you all the time, by the way. Usually you're checking out, though.
Oh, and yeah?
I gotta go. I'm jetting to do something. I don't even have time to stop or be like, hey, Terry, what's good? But yeah, man, I see you in there all the time. But yeah, how is she?
She's doing good.
Was she going to school?
She was going to school for a short time.
Yeah.
She quit doing that.
Okay.
She's working for the bank now, Park National.
You know what? I think
like the call center, not like a teller.
Okay.
So far, she really likes that.
Okay.
You know,
damn, I didn't know it was shit like that around here.
Yeah, you got people that call in and they're shitty with you.
Right.
But like when she was working at the restaurant, you had to deal with them to your face.
Right now, there's a mute button.
Yeah,
right.
now they're on the phone, so you can just be like, and like look at your coworker and be like, this stupid bitch.
Right.
What the fuck? And then, okay.
Right.
That is the one perk of call center stuff is you can like flip off your phone and it makes you feel so much better.
Yeah.
But they have no idea.
So she likes that a lot more.
All right, man.
Speaking of hollering at people at Walmart, I don't ever call Steve by his name at Walmart.
No.
You know what I call him?
Beautiful.
Sometimes. But Rick.
Rick?
Right.
Hey, Rick! Rick! And he turns around every time.
Every time.
That's fair.
Nobody has ever called you Rick.
No.
Other than that.
No.
And I don't know why it just like caught on, but like every time I see him at Walmart, that's how I get his attention. Like from pretty far away sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Rick!
It's that distinct, that distinct frequency. It's just like,
yep. He's like, wait, that's me.
Right. My name's Rick when he calls it.
That's awesome.
Damn.
But we definitely have a lot of stories together. We all kind of lived together for, a couple months at least.
Yeah.
3-4 months,
Yeah.
maybe a little longer.
Yep.
Insane times.
Yep.
Steve falls asleep every 2 minutes.
Yo, don't fucking judge me. I worked
Not
at
one
3
bit.
Listen, and that was when I first started doing dabs,
Yeah.
which is like the crack form of
Yeah.
fucking THC
Yeah.
smoking. So, after being up all day trying to kick it with the dudes, I got to be at work at 3 a.m. It's fucking 11.
Right.
I do a dab and fucking pass the fuck out. And when I say I'm going to bed, it's bedtime. It's fucking bedtime.
Yo.
Like, I don't play no games.
Steve does
Like,
not
it ain't
wake up.
No, ain't no.
No matter
if
what.
I'm tired. I'm fucking tired.
Yep.
So
I have a picture on my phone
you still
Of-
fucking.
of one time. Well, I have a couple.
Oh my god.
There's a couple
damn.
different
But-
ones.
One I really like is you fell asleep out of nowhere. Like there wasn't no, you just all of a sudden you were asleep. You had the remote and the bong in your hand.
Oh my god.
And you were just out, and we were like, is it rude to get either of those items? Because, like, there's still things to smoke and still things to watch.
You're
You know?
just hogging
We
it
knew
all.
You had to get up. You had to get up so early. So it was like, do we wake him or do we just be like, all right, peace? Like,
Or do we
good
watch-
night.
Do we watch CBS all night? Like, we can't change the channel.
Right. Shit. South Beach Toe was probably on.
Yeah, shout out South Beach Toe.
Yeah.
I was whenever you guys brought that up, when you started talking, I was like, he better say South Beach Toe.
Yep.
Yo.
Best show
And
ever.
that's what it was.
I showed Jessica that after
Oh,
that
did you?
episode.
Yeah.
She was not interested at all.
Oh.
She was like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, "It's the best show ever." She's like, "This show is terrible," and I'm
Is
like,
it on YouTube?
"I know."
Where'd
Oh
you find
yeah.
it? Okay.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere.
Okay.
She's like, "This is terrible," and I'm like, "I know. That's why it's the
Yeah.
best show ever."
Yeah.
She just didn't get it.
Yeah.
Which is cool because she's a smart
Bernice,
person.
right? Did we get her name right?
Oh, yeah.
Bernice?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bernie.
Yep. Yeah, if you, anybody that's listening after this episode, please take like 15 minutes to just go on YouTube and look up the best of South Beach Toe,
Oh, my
and you will
gosh.
not be disappointed. It is the best shit
Probably not
ever.
with that one, right?
It is amazing.
Right.
You have another picture on your phone, though.
I do. There's another picture. So I had moved in with Adam and did not have room for all the stupid dumb shit I had brought. So there were still boxes stacked up behind.
Damn, I forget the details of
Behind
that
the
shit.
couch.
Yeah.
There was like probably 8 boxes
Yeah.
back there because there's
Yeah.
4 people
And-
in a
Yeah,
1
like-
bedroom.
Yeah.
And maybe 2 of them were like organized like kitchen plates. Most of them were just
Yes.
random crap.
Just shit.
So the
Right.
top box, which was the only one that was open, that was like my drawer that had all my shit in it that I was bringing in and out. Had all kinds of shit. Specifically remember a crossbow.
Yep.
Anyway, Steve was laying down on the couch, dead asleep. And I think the cat, maybe the dog at that point, somebody knocked the box over. And this pretty big box of all kinds of shit fell all over Steve.
Just like
Xbox controllers, like other random crap. The crossbow landed like on his dick.
yeah, this is like a 15 to 20 pound box of
Yeah.
shit.
Woo.
Just
And it
all
happened-
metal and like the heaviest stuff ever.
It happened, and we all kind of like guessed, like, and then we heard
It's
still out. Did not.
zonked.
We were all like, "Oh shit, we woke Steve." Oh, he's still
Holy
sleeping.
shit. Holy shit.
He didn't even know about it till we told him the next
No,
day.
I seen the picture. I was like, oh my god, just sitting there.
Jerry,
And when you guys were describing it to me, yeah, you was like, yeah, you moved your legs and shit was like,
yeah, just moving all around, and like Jerry had to pick things off of you like really carefully. Took the crossbow off your dick and like, don't wake him.
Yo.
You were like,
I don't
trying
know.
to grab things. Didn't want to let go of the Xbox controller.
I don't know why you were being gentle, because a whole box just fell on him.
Yeah,
He's
it's a
not
good
gonna
point.
wake up.
Shit.
Hindsight.
Bitch, I gotta work in the morning.
You were out, dude.
Man,
out.
I'm telling you what, yeah.
Jealous.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's natural for me in every fucking sense.
We are the
Yeah.
complete opposite when it comes to
Man.
sleeping, me and you.
I feel for you because sleeping's fucking fun.
It's
Right.
When
great.
you can do it. Yeah.
Right.
Man, I'm getting old. I fall asleep on the couch watching TV all the damn time.
I wish I had a more comfortable couch. I can't do
Yeah.
that. I wish I had that luxury.
Yeah, I can't do it in that fucking.
That
you
thing
can't
is
see
so
what I'm talking about,
uncomfortable.
listeners. But
I don't know how
Corinne
she
can fucking.
sits.
She
That
can,
thing is so uncomfortable.
I know, man. She can lounge up. She can curl up and get like snuggy with that mother. No, I need this.
Right after
I'm not falling asleep on that. Like,
after
in this-
5 minutes,
in
I'm
the
like,
recliner,
God damn!
though.
Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? No.
Yeah.
I almost
don't know.
moved to the floor, to be
Right.
honest with you.
Right. Some nights I have to.
That's usually why I grab a chair and bring it over here.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man, but her ass is. Yeah, she just.
She's tiny though too.
Yeah. She's tall but petite.
So
Comfortable anywhere.
one thing I wanted to bring up, just because I don't know, I feel like you've heard this story, but maybe not. And if you haven't, it's like one of my favorite things ever. It's when Carolyn thought that he was a serial killer.
Oh shit!
Had to have. We never talked about it.
Like legit.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean,
okay.
but to look at him, he probably looked like a serial killer.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious. Do you want to tell it?
Okay, so that was when Adam was dating Trisha at the time, and her family had like a place out by Lake Erie.
Okay.
Okay, and they were all out there, and she had her friend Carolyn up there.
Okay.
And he said something to me. He's like, "Hey, man, I was thinking about going up and surprising Trisha, but you know, it's a long ass drive. Like, you want to be my boy and come
Yeah,
with me?"
right.
And I was like, I guess, I don't know. I was like, "Are you going to be like in the water?" And he's like, "No.
Okay.
We've never been, I've been up there several times. We're never in the water.
All right.
You don't need any of that junk.
Cool.
Let's
Have
just
what
go.
you have
Right.
right now."
And we're coming back
Let's go.
tonight. Like,
Oh yeah, let's
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
I was
we're
like,
just-
okay,
Yeah, let's do
you
it.
know, let's go. So we head that way. We find them. First thing that's happening is everybody's getting in the water.
Oh
So
shit.
I was not like a dick, like, but I was kind of like,
Dude, you kind of.
"Are you fucking
Well,
kidding
let
me?"
me backtrack a little bit, because I was surprising her, right? So she didn't know I was coming up. So I actually like texted her mom to be like, "Hey, we're coming up.
Okay.
Where are you guys gonna be at?" And she said we were at like this dock or whatever it was. So we get there and we're on the beach, like basically, and they're right there in the water, but on the boat, like basically right there, 20 feet out. And we're thinking like, you know, we might have to get into our ankles or something to get on the boat or whatever. But we're like, okay. And like Trisha's like, "Hey, get in the water." I'm like, "No." And she's
Yeah.
like, "Get in the water." And I'm 17, right? So I'm like, okay, fine. And he was pissed because I got in the water and just left him on the beach.
Right.
Yeah. So I was
Especially
like,
when
"Man,
you were told it wasn't gonna be none of that. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know
So I
either,
was
but
like-
I was wearing like basketball shorts. And were you
Yeah.
wearing jeans or
yeah,
jean
I
shorts?
I was wearing jean shorts.
Jean shorts. Okay.
And
Yeah.
not great.
Right.
And so they, you know, were like, "Come on, just come in the water. Like, you're bumming everybody out." You know? And I'm like, "It's cool." I was like, "I'm not mad. I'm mad at the situation. You know, it's nobody's fault. It's okay." And Caroline was a trooper. She came out of the water. She sat down next to me. She's like, "You should just come in the water. Like, I'll be all right. We're all gonna have fun." So I finally was like, "Fine." Get in the water. I stand up. We're on this like broken 20-foot concrete slab,
Oh.
and I had my new NV Touch, which was high-tech shit at the time.
Like 3 days old, right?
Yeah.
Like a couple days old.
And when I stood up, I dropped it, and it fell screen down and slid all the way down the concrete slab.
Yep.
So in my head, that was Adam's fault. So I don't really know Carolyn.
No screen-
She don't. No
No
screen
screen
protectors.
protectors.
No.
That shit was not
No,
a thing back
no,
then.
no,
Hell
no.
it wasn't.
I don't really know her. She don't know my sense of humor, but I'm
Yeah.
me. So I just slowly watched it slide and then fall. And I looked at her, and the first thing that came out of my mouth was, "I could kill something beautiful right now." And
Yeah. And she
probably
Probably
she heard that not knowing me. That was probably like, I don't know about this dude now. Like,
now she's alone on the shore with him.
yeah.
I could kill something
So
beautiful right
I
now.
say that, I go check my phone, it's fine, but I'm still like, "Rrr."
Right.
But I look at her, I was like, I'm gonna punch that motherfucker in the face
Yep.
because he made me get in the water. And she's like, oh, ha ha ha. I walk over to him and I do punch him, but I go punch him in his arm. All right, no
But
big
I've been
deal.
swimming.
Yeah, he's all wet.
Okay.
It ricochets off his arm, like slides right off it. I punch him right in the face.
Right in the face, dude.
Like I said. So this girl that don't really know me, like a mundane thing happened. I dropped my phone. I'm like, I could kill something beautiful right now. And now I'm like, I'm going to go punch that motherfucker in the face. And from her perspective, I just walked up and punched my best friend right in the face. Boom!
Hard, too.
And like, we laughed about it then. I think it wasn't until the drive home. I was like, dude, Carolyn probably thinks I am a psychopath.
Well, like, so I started laughing right away because obviously I know he hit my arm
Yeah.
and it ricocheted like he didn't mean it.
Right.
It hurt, but I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
It just, we both started
Yeah.
maniacally laughing at
They
that
had to
point.
be like, oh, this happens all the time.
Right.
Domestically violent.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's one of the crazy stories. Do we have one? Do you remember what you gave him as a gift?
Yeah.
Do you
Do
remember?
you remember me?
Hold on. For Christmas?
No, not for Chris. Another holiday.
Oh, Jerry! I
Yeah.
fucking completely forgot all about that shit.
So, what happened was, I know
Oh
I was
my
with
God.
Asia, and she mentioned something about it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And just immediately, I was like, really? Shit, I should have got Steve something. And she was like, you asshole. She's like, I'm black. You ain't good. I was like, you're half black. You don't count. Steve got street cred. You know? And like I said as a joke, but then in my head, I'm like, what would Steve do if I got him a watermelon and gave it to him? Because, like, just giving you a watermelon, I was like, that's racist.
Yeah.
On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I was like, that's funny racist, I feel like.
It's so racist that it has to be funny.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
that's what I did. All Walmart had was these tiny little, like,
The personal ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
personal little watermelons. I got it. I remember
Oh,
coming
shit.
into your house, and you're like, hey. I was like, Steve here? Like, yeah, he's in the kitchen. I was like, Steve, had in a box. I got you some. You're like, fuck. Open up. See, it's a watermelon. You're like, the fuck? My white friend give me a watermelon. And now I was like, Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
How'd that make you feel?
Oh, I was taken aback, but I definitely seen the humor in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think every African American person.
Oh,
I was
no.
gonna say,
did.
Certainly
That's
not.
And I'm glad you took that risk, though.
Yeah.
I think it was a good one, and it's funny to me. I think Adam knew I would have found that funny if you'd have told him
Right.
prior to that.
Right.
Like, hell yeah, he think that shit was hilarious. But yeah,
That's the problem with Jerry, though. Like, so he thought, like, what would Steve's reaction be? Because you guys know each other really well.
yeah,
And I obviously say some fucked up shit, and, like,
Yeah.
we're still cool. So
yeah.
he took that risk, right? So calculated, perfectly fine. The problem with Jerry is he'll do that same thing to somebody that, like, we don't know that well. And he'll just be like, it's funny, though, right? And they'll be like, no. That's the problem with him. Is like,
I mean, maybe a couple times.
all the funny shit that he does to people that, like,
Oh,
that
okay.
doesn't know what he's doing. And he just knows that, they just know that he's from Butler, and he's probably racist, because he's bald, and has a 13-inch beard right now. Like,
Oh, you talking about, okay, the beard.
yeah.
Oh
No.
shit. Oh god.
But, like, another thing he used to do, and he still does on occasion, is when we're walking into Walmart, he has a couple things that he likes to say to people that are, to me. He's saying them to me.
Okay.
But he's saying it loud enough to where people passing by hear it. Okay. So one thing he likes to say is like, man, like, not in a gay way, but all I'm saying is like, wouldn't it be cool if women had balls? Like, no dick, like no homo, but like balls. Wouldn't that be awesome?
His balls would be hot, man.
And like, he just does it because you can gradually see people like, what the fuck? And then another one is like, he'll start mumbling a little bit and he'll be like, oh. And when they get into earshot, he'll be like, yeah, so man, that turns out that's how I got dysentery. And they're like, he just like does this shit to me. So like, anybody that asks, like, you know, you aren't embarrassed by anything, I'm like, my best friend is Jerry. Like, I cannot be embarrassed.
It'd be pretty hard.
It's not possible.
It'd be pretty hard.
Half my life has been next to this fuckhead.
Holy shit.
And I can't get embarrassed anymore. So thank you for that.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
you're
awesome.
welcome. He's got not, give a fuck. Like, you can be respectful to a certain degree and just,
You live in life, man. I can't knock it, bro.
Everybody's worried about social anxiety. I get that, but like, you just gotta learn to like stop caring.
I respect people like that can take risks like that.
Yeah,
because you could get punched in the fucking face, or somebody could just turn around and be like, "Ha, that's fucking hilarious."
Right.
But see, either way, it's happening.
That's the other good and bad thing about him is he is willing to take the risk to get punched in the face. And if he got punched in the face, he'd be like, yeah, man, I see where you're coming from. And like, he'd be like, yeah, okay.
That's totally fair.
I mean, I feel like if you'd have gave that watermelon to Mike Tyson,
oh yeah,
he'd have been like.
But then if I survive, I get to say I took a punch from Mike Tyson.
Exactly.
And like,
it's like it's almost a win-win.
I'd be like,
almost.
It's probably not
your whole face is shattered.
The same anymore,
Almost a
but
win-win.
like that's kind of a milestone.
Almost a win-win.
Yeah, I embarrassed Asia yesterday because we were in the car arguing over whether it's root beer or rut beer.
Man.
Okay, and my window was down, and right when it hit its like apex, I looked over and there's another car with a couple that's window is down. So I was like, hey, is it root beer or rut beer? And the guy told bro immediately, was like, rut beer. And I was like, thank you, sir. You're a beautiful person. Now, it don't matter that he's wrong.
I was going to say that's wrong.
He's wrong, and I was wrong. I know it's root beer. I say shit wrong all the time, but then I'm an asshole. So instead of being like, that was my bad, I'm going to argue.
Right.
How it's root beer. He didn't miss a beat, though. That's a good guy.
Speaking of hanging out the window or talking through windows, he also used to a couple different things when we're like just driving and there's a sidewalk and somebody's walking on the side of the road. One of the things he usually does is hangs his like whole body out the window to where like it's borderline you're falling out, and he'll just wave and have a really nice smile, and he'll be like, gay porn.
That used to be one of my go-tos.
And like people will wave back, and then they'll be like, oh, what? Like,
it's one of them things. You wave, a lot of times, even if they're like, I don't know that guy, they're worried you know them.
Right.
So they wave
back, and you're like gone almost before they're like, did he fucking shout gay porn?
Right.
Why would somebody yell gay porn
They wave at me, and I wave back.
Right.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something else you used to say?
Probably.
Well, we booga booga'd. Don't ever booga booga the Amish.
No.
That's a fun fact we learned when we were 16.
Okay.
Because
when you don't have any internet or anything to do, you come up with stuff to do.
Yeah, so
we would yell booga booga out the window at people we passed.
Yeah, booga booga, and like I don't know, because we were dumb, and we, out in Belleville, we're just driving around, and we pass an Amish buggy, and we go a booga 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 to the horse.
Oh no!
Yeah, it wasn't good. They were pissed though because it spooked the horse.
After it happened, you're like, why the fuck did I just roll through and spook? I mean, that's like rolling through and like just fucking with somebody's engine,
Right.
comparatively.
Right.
Like, dude, that's my horse.
Yeah.
Right.
So never booga booga the Amish.
Don't booga booga the Amish, specifically.
Imagine like running around with an EMP and just
right.
My bad.
So I don't know if you've noticed too, like 50% of our conversations are inside jokes.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So there's a lot. So there's a couple things I wanted to say on that topic because Trisha, the chick that he mentioned earlier, I specifically remember we were 10 months into the relationship, me and her.
Okay.
Quite a while, right? Almost a year. And Jerry's over at her house, probably, we're both there probably 4 or 5 nights a week. Like, pretty much all the time, like, that's the hangout spot, right?
All right.
So we're all together all the time. And 10 months into the relationship, we're just saying some dumb shit, and she goes, you know, you guys are actually pretty funny. And we're like, yeah.
Like all the references started to click together.
You're right.
Like, she finally got it.
Clicked,
right.
and she's like, oh, there's a pattern.
Right.
There's a method to all the madness.
And it took her 10 months, and it just, like, made me, like, reevaluate some stuff. Like, when we're talking, like, people don't know what we're talking about.
Like,
half
we're
the
having
time.
fun.
Right.
Other people are like, LOL, weird.
Right. Weird flex, but okay. Yeah, so there's that, and then, like, I remember, I think this was before we were driving too, so I think we were like 13 or 14 years old, and I remember being in my room, and we were like, all right, this is what we're going to do all night. We're going to write down all of our inside jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yep.
I remember the story.
We go to write them down. How many did we get?
3?
We got
Maybe
3.
3, and then we were like, so.
we have like literally probably thousands of inside jokes. Probably thousands.
Yeah.
And we got to 3 and was like,
purged it.
like,
all
it's
gone.
all gone now. Like, couldn't think of one. And then that started to spiral in and of itself to other inside jokes that we're creating right then. But we're like, these are good enough, and we write them down. And like, yeah, like, so we just made inside jokes is basically what that turned out to be because we were
list of impromptu.
Yeah.
Impromptu inside jokes.
Yeah.
Some of them were great.
None of them were great.
You gotta make your own fun.
I agree with that. You guys definitely have a chemistry that you two people don't really have that I've ever seen. And to be honest,
ooh, I attribute it to Scrubs. Honestly,
I love Scrubs.
Have you ever watched Scrubs?
A few episodes. They don't really air it no more. I think
it's on. Yeah. I think it's on Hulu.
It is.
Okay. But yeah, I'm showing Jess, and she's just like not getting into it, and like it's cool because we were really into it when we were like teenagers,
right?
You know, like it was a long time ago. But Turk and JD are us, but like we're both equally both of them.
Yeah.
Like, we can't be like, I'm JD and you're Turk.
Gotcha.
Because then it's like, oh, wait, but I do this. And you
right, yeah.
So, like, I don't know, just between that and probably, like, friends, just in general, that's how we became to act like this, probably. With, like, a little hint of homo, you know?
Yeah.
A little sprinkle.
Just enough to appreciate each other.
And just enough to make you question, you know?
Yeah.
You don't know if anything's ever happened, but...
Again.
We'll just let you imagine. But yeah. My mom actually, I let her know that you're coming on the episode, and she wanted to talk about the free cat incident.
Okay. So
this, I remember we were 16 here because Stevie was driving. And he was the only one that had his license.
Stevie. Shout out to Stevie if you ever listen.
Did you know Stevie?
Yeah.
I didn't know you knew Stevie because I haven't talked to him in probably
I've had
5 or 6 years.
Him. Yeah, he went to O State.
Yeah.
The main branch.
Wow.
Yeah.
We saw him one time when we were in Columbus for Tommy's thing.
Tommy's
he was
birthday.
Like working the entrance
at a bar.
At a bar we were going to.
Okay.
And it was like, oh shit.
Wow.
We're like, what up? But like,
I haven't thought about him in 3 years, man. But yeah, we definitely had sessions.
Right. But there was like people behind us and like, you know, we had to go with Tom and like he's working the doors, so like we couldn't like hang out and stuff. Yeah. But Yeah, we saw him for 30 seconds.
Yeah, been a while.
But, yeah, so she wanted you to tell the story about the free cat.
Okay, so we were all three rolling around and being like, you know, what are we going to do today? We got to do something.
Summer,
yeah.
Summer, what, 2007?
Yeah,
I would think.
probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds about right. And we passed by a dead cat laying on the side of the road.
All right.
And I don't remember which of us, but it sparked one of us to be like, hey, have you seen that picture that's on the internet where they say free cat? And it's pointing to a dead cat. And we were like, let's bring the internet to our small town. So that was our plan. Like, all right, it's right there. It was like real close to the school.
Right
Like,
next
we're
to
gonna
the
put
school.
this sign up. Everybody's gonna see it on their way to school
Right.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be priceless.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have money hardly, but we like went to the local grocery store and bought markers and poster board.
Yeah.
I think we went to Stevie's
Yep, to
house
get
and
the
we got a
steaks.
steak. None of those are near each other.
Right, it's
Like,
all
this was
over
like, We had
town.
to drive all around, but we were set. We were doing this.
We had gas, we had no money. So we could piece stuff together.
And that would have been like, LOL, haha, seen it. But again, do you remember who had the extra idea?
I think it was me, to be honest
Was
with
it?
you. I think.
One of us, we'll say Adam, when we were making the sign, was like, I got it. We'll still free cat.
Free cat's really big across
Yeah.
the center, right? So everybody sees it.
Right.
Then under that, we're going to put near mint condition.
Yeah.
So we made our own. Put it up there. And I don't think it was there the next day. So
No.
it
Oh, shit.
probably didn't sit well with somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe the cat's owner.
Well, we live in a town too where there's a lot of people that love animals. It's a farm town and stuff. And
Got you. Right.
if they see free cat, they're gonna be like, maybe somebody abandoned a cat.
Right.
So they're gonna pull over and look at it.
Right.
And then there was a dead cat on the road.
Yeah, like clearly ran over and like crushed
Oh,
and
shit.
yeah. So free cat near mint condition was one of my favorite things from when we
Yeah,
were in high school.
Just making stuff out of nothing.
Yeah,
Just making
that's
fun
Belleville.
days.
We didn't have anything
Yeah.
to do. We had no money. I know I was working and Stevie kind of had a job. I don't know if he was working,
I don't think I
but
was working. yet.
like we didn't have no money.
Yeah.
Like Stevie's the only one with a car and a license, and like we're just riding around Belleville trying to find something to do. And we see a dead animal, and we're like, we can make that funny.
That's the day.
Right.
This is our day.
Yep. And we were so proud. Still are.
Yeah.
Still are.
Like fucking episodes.
Yeah. We always said that, but like everybody says that with their best friend. Like
Yeah.
if we had a TV show, right?
Yeah.
But like we're a little different.
Yeah.
I think we could have a TV show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it'd be awesome.
At least one season.
Right.
You guys
Yeah.
can do that for a season.
Right.
Mini-series.
And then she did bring up Basement Life too, just in general.
Basement Life was something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good aura.
There's so much stuff that happened there that we can't really I can't really think of anything specific, but basically my house was kind of the hangout house,
Mhm.
and I had a huge basement, and we had a couch down there and like a mini fridge and a little TV and VHS, cause we did have a DVD player.
Yeah.
We did have a DVD player that somebody brought over. It wasn't mine. And then like we stole the wheelchair,
Yeah.
and
Good time.
but she just wanted us to talk about Basement Life in general. I don't know.
Basement Life was like there's no specific story, but it's kind of like Foreman's Basement in that 70s show.
Right.
Like that's
Oh,
where
shit.
we shaped ourselves into
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, we
That's
had
where the magic happened.
I'm not going to mention any names because I know she's listening. But there was like some sloppy like make-out sessions between this person and somebody else. And like it was the sloppiest make-out session ever. And then we let her know the next day that she did in fact make out with this gentleman. And she was horrified.
Yeah.
And
Nothing against either of them.
no, like they were
They
friends
just
and stuff.
sloppy
But
drunk.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I never drank in high school, so I was just
Oh,
like,
right,
"Oh
yeah.
wow, I'm watching the show of this."
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It was
Did not look good.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I completely regretted it the next day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He said, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, I mean, they're fine people. She's great. But, yeah, that's the epitome of the basement.
Gotcha.
Basically, 70s show and then, like, add that little bit in there and it's good times.
Good life. I'm going to give you a little insight into Adam's deviousness.
Oh, God.
So I've always, through my life, loved sweet tea.
All right.
I'm a sweet tea drinker.
Okay.
Adam doesn't like sweet tea.
You haven't heard this story?
He's always made fun of me for it. Okay. Called it my gay juice.
Yep.
Like,
I don't know why.
Drinking your gay juice. I'm like, yeah, you gotta embrace it. I'm like, yep, drinking my gay juice because I'm a faggot. Like, you just gotta roll with it.
Yep.
So we used to help the band out. At least started the year after we graduated.
Yeah.
And we went to the banquet, still helping out, like setting up shit. And for whatever reason, like I brought a 2-liter bottle that I had filled with sweet tea. Okay. Or not, sorry, a 20-ounce bottle.
Yeah, you had two 20 ounces.
Yeah, because that's how much I love sweet tea. I'm gonna go there and drink some. I was like, I brought tea.
Yeah, he like made his own, like a kind of a special way to do it. Like wanted his own tea all the time. So he's gay, right?
Yeah.
So continue.
And I'd been sitting. I had taken like a few sips of my first bottle, and I got up to go to the bathroom. Come back. My bottle's empty. And I was like, did somebody pour it out? And Adam's smirking. He's like, nope. And I was like, somebody drink it? And he was like, yeah. I was like, did Jaya? Like, who drank my tea? Right. And he's still laughing. I'm like, did you drink my tea? And he was like, yup. And I was like, you don't even like tea. And he was just kind of whispered and leaned in and was like, but you do. So, like, don't fuck with him. Like,
yeah, I just, I like to play mind games.
He's like Batman, and in his head, he's got a plan to take out each of us.
There's a method.
Yeah.
We won't talk about that. But one thing I do want to talk about, I actually thought about it on the way over here because on the traffic here on the highway, I was like bitching out some people because I got terrible road rage, but it, like I was yelling through my window to the next person. Like they didn't see me, but that's fine. I was still yelling to kind of get my point across. But it made me think of our trip to Alliance to see Austin's band. Do you remember what happened?
Yeah. For whatever reason, again, we didn't have smartphones. We're on like an hour and a half long ride to see a friend's, like garage band perform at like a diner or something.
Right. It was like an art gallery, I think.
Oh shit.
So we're on our way and we just get like, we're bored. What are we gonna do? And we realize there's this car with this like middle-aged guy that's like sticking right next to us, been next to us for a while. So there was some paper and a pen in there, and for whatever reason, we wrote, "Don't touch me, I'm sterile."
Yeah, I don't.
Who knows why we thought that was funny? On the paper, and I was holding it in the window, and we were just waiting, and he finally looks over. Like I said, it's a middle-aged, like stick in the mud looking guy, but he sees it and just like immediately loses it. Like you can just tell he's laughing so hard. So then we were like, oh it is funny. Right, yeah. That was great. And then he got away from us and we flipped the paper around and we were like, no, seriously, it's a problem. And we got pulled back up to him and you can tell he's like calming down, still kind of laughing. Looked over and he's like, oh, loses it again.
Because now it says no. It said no, ... Seriously. Yeah. He just died laughing.
And the funniest thing about that to me is that it is, but is not funny. Right. And he got home and was like, oh, the funniest thing happened to me today. And it's talking about people are like, what?
Why are you laughing at that?
Like, what? I don't think this happened, and it's not a good story.
You're saying that was a teenager and he was sterile? That's not good. Why are you laughing at this? But to me, when I saw him laughing, I just immediately thought, like, he has to be, because it's not really like that funny. It's just a weird thing to say.
Right.
He's laughing so hard, he has to be associating that with somebody. He has to be associating that with like his buddy Dan.
Right.
He's like, yeah, fuck Dan, like, or whatever.
Dan, I thought you were sterile ass over the weekend on the highway.
Some kids brought you up, like.
Dakota brought up Cooney.
Yes.
There's not really a story to that. It's kind of an inside joke. We had a good time laughing, crying about it. I took him home after one of your parties one night, and this big-ass coon ran out in the road, and I tried to brake, but we demolished that thing. Like, heard it rolling underneath the car and stuff. And I think he was probably pretty drunk, but he could not get off of this. Like, we kept talking about, like, you fucked that raccoon up. And I was like, I know. I was like, I feel bad. And then we came up with this whole, like, his name was Cooney. He had a wife and kids and friends, and they're never going to know why he didn't come home. And every time I see him, we're always like, man, you killed Cooney. Like, I know, I murdered Cooney. I still feel bad about it.
And then Patrick asked this, which I asked you about this before we started recording. And you never answered, so I'm going to ask now. He said he wanted to know, why'd you stick your penis in a pig at Cedar Point?
So I did not stick my penis in anything at Cedar Point, nor was there a pig.
Okay.
Patrick's a fellow...
Patty Light.
Yeah.
Shouts out Patty Light.
A fellow, goofy, fun-loving, weird guy, just like us.
He's got a
say
big
ridiculous things. And I could not...
He does?
I could not tell you why. It's been so long. I don't know what led up to it, but me and Patrick at one point were just screaming at each other in like these terrible made-up, not real accents. Random things, accusing each other of things that didn't happen. And that was the one that stuck. You stuck your penis in a pig! For whatever reason.
At
like
Cedar Point.
Screaming at each other at Cedar Point. Yeah.
These are the people I hung out with.
Good times.
So you cannot embarrass me. I always elected to be the film man, the guy behind the scenes.
Yep.
So I didn't want to get involved, but I wanted to be there.
Shit, man, your little one's in for some trips then.
Oh yeah.
You ever plan on having kids?
No, not really.
You don't want to?
Not really. No. Me and Asia both.
He said no like 7 times.
Me and Asia both love kids.
Okay.
She's got her nephew. I have like 10 on my side. I have 8 nieces and 2 nephews. That could even be a miscount. There's a lot of them little motherfuckers. I love all of them. There's some. We're just not really looking to have our own kids.
Gotcha. Man, I had my first one when I was 22, and originally I wanted to have them about now, maybe a couple years earlier from now. But I think if I would have made it to this point, I would have been like, you know what? I don't even know if I want to do it. So I commend you for having the fucking self-control, willpower, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Luck.
Because, luck, probably more so than it's a little bit of that at least.
Touch me, I'm sterile.
Maybe there was truth to that. Maybe there was a genie around and you made a wish.
Yeah.
And then you're sterile now.
Oh, fuck. That's not cool, but...
Well, he doesn't want kids. Who cares?
If we had a kid, we'd take care of it. I'm sure we'd love it.
Yeah, because I'm sure you're active, so it's just
after you have it, I feel like it's hard to regret it then because it's there and like you're gonna love it, but we don't. So the plan is to not have kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you guys talking about adopting though, or no?
We talked about, I don't remember why or what brought up, but we were like, if we ever decide to have kids, we should adopt. Just cause I guess.
Yeah.
That's what we said too. If we're gonna have another one, we would adopt. But adoption's like 5 figures. Like it's like $10,000, like $15,000 to like adopt somebody. Like which whatever, but like it's expensive.
I had no fucking idea.
It's expensive. I don't know if it used to be that way or not.
What are you paying for? You're choosing to take care of this kid for the rest of its...
I know you have to have, like, obviously a really intense, like, background check and, like, all this stuff, which is absolutely good. But I don't know if you're paying for, like, that kind of stuff, or I'm sure there's got to be a lot of paperwork to, like, probably change the kid's name. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know it's expensive as hell.
I know a lot of people tend to, like, adopt from overseas. Mm-hmm. But, like, domestically, you figure, like, God damn. Like,
right.
15. I think it might just be a sense of security.
Yeah, that
like, you think about...
really know that you...
Or, like, sick people...
Yeah.
Just try and get their hands on a kid.
Right.
Well, now the kid $15,000, so.
Right.
Yeah, that's
a great point.
Definitely like a safety net. Like
it's sad that it has to be that way, but I think that that's just the way the system's ended up.
Yeah, to kind of show that they're going to a good home, I guess. That would make sense.
Right.
That would make sense. Last thing that I wanted to talk about, though, I don't know if you guys have some other stuff, too, was... Last week we reviewed the Intuition album, Intuition and Equilibrium, the self-titled album. But I brought it up this week because we were almost in a music video. And I really wish we were in a music video. Basically, pre-ordered the album, right? It came in the mail with a letter saying, hey, we need people to submit like a 30-second clip of the certain song Never Going Home on the album, and we're going to compile everybody's submissions, and we're going to make that into a music video. We just need you to like lip sync the words and stuff like that, dance, be outside, do whatever you want to do while you're lip syncing this. You said you had those videos still?
I think I at least have one.
Because it's a 30-second clip, right? So like, how long do you think it took us to record this? Like we planned it out, okay, on Tuesday, we're going to do this. Like, it gave me a couple days to memorize a certain verse and stuff.
Yeah.
How long do you think it took us to get a solid 30-second clip that we were actually content with?
Being on the lenient side, 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah. A 30-second clip, right?
Yeah. Do you remember how long that took?
Probably an hour.
No, way longer than that. Probably like 4.
It was a while.
I swear, because we had to like set up the camera. We didn't have a tripod, so like we had to like
it was
build
like wedged
stuff
between 2 coffee cups.
Yeah, and like Jerry's in the background, like
and then it was just on a phone. And you don't want to do the front-facing camera,
right?
Because they're shit then,
right?
So you gotta record it and like do, and then you look back at it and be like, oh.
Okay, now I need to be off to the left, and this needs to be angled like this now.
Right.
And like, and Jerry, we decided is going to be in the background while I'm lip syncing this. He's in the background twerking. This whole time. I wasn't
only twerking.
He started
off doing crazy shit motions.
He also had a mask on.
At one point, I twerked.
It was clearly the highlight. But like I kept messing up the words and like all this stuff. But yeah, there's videos out there somewhere of Jerry twerking probably 25 times because we had to keep doing retakes.
I was getting sweaty.
Yeah, it was hot as shit in that house. It was great.
It was a memory. It was a good time.
Good times.
And the video never...
No,
never...
I did ask him about it later, and Intuition, he posted something on one of the social medias, and I asked him, like, hey, do we have any update with this video or anything like that? And he actually said there wasn't enough submissions to make it into a good music video, so they didn't do it. And at that point, it was like a month or 2 after the album came out, so he's like, there's no reason to...
No.
Put money into this, now, and I'm, so I get it, but yeah, nothing came of the video. That would have been
fucking fun to see, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It would have been awesome.
I would have put that on my IMDb career page.
Yep.
I would have made one for myself, just right there.
That's awesome.
Feel accomplished.
All right.
Was there anything else you wanted to talk about? Jerry, you got anything else? Any other stories? Any craziness that we need to let Steve know of?
I ain't get anything else wrote down. I'm terrible at, if you give me a task, ain't getting it done.
Yeah.
If you give me a singular task, I'm your man. if you're like, oh, we'd like to show some of your creativity, I'm like, none of this is going to happen. And I was like, try and think of some stories we're going to talk about. And I was like, all right. And this morning I had one.
Yeah.
So then today I was like, oh, what the fuck can we talk about?
Right.
Yeah. That type of thing, though, you can't, I mean, chemistry, you can't force it. It's kind of like, you know, be you, and then that's when the magic happens, kind of. So,
right.
You know.
Oh, I did have a couple dumb questions for you.
Oh, okay.
Not like nothing important.
For both of us? Or?
Yeah, because my plan originally was I was going to get a bunch of questions to ask you guys. And then again, I got like 3. So that didn't work out. But if you're in the movie theater or on a plane, which armrest is yours?
Man, listen.
What's the etiquette? Because that's something everybody fights about.
I don't think it matters which one, but you get one.
You get one?
Yeah. But then you have to go off the person next to you, like...
Man, listen. I'll take up both of them. I don't give a fuck. Even when somebody else is on it, I always feel myself fighting to get it subconsciously. Like, honestly, like, at the theater...
Have you ever been on a plane?
No.
Okay.
No, and I heard
it's worse on a plane.
Wow.
Yeah, you like...
Yeah, Corinne was
hours
telling me
and you're not being entertained.
When we went to see It Chapter 2, which is... You seen that, by the way? It's a great fucking
I haven't
film.
seen the second chapter yet.
It's pretty good. It's not as good as the first, but I like it. Check it out for sure.
Okay.
But I was like, she said the seats are tinier in a plane than they are in the movie theater. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, like they're not. I mean,
they're not comfortable.
They don't look. Yes, that's exactly what she said.
Think of like a baseball stadium, right? Like, have you ever been to a baseball game?
Yeah.
Think of those seats, but like cloth. But that's about all the room you get. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too profitable now. They gotta shove all them fuckers in there that they can at once.
Sardines, man.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I've read before that when plane travel first became popular, it was like an event. Like it was like everything was first class.
Okay.
Right.
Basically,
like,
you know, like
high quality treatment.
Yeah, if you were riding on the plane, you were getting pampered.
Right. Damn.
But then more people started doing it, so it's like, oh no, as many as these guys.
Well, I'm sure
as we can get on there.
I'm sure there's like standards and stuff of like what size seat you have to have or whatever. But I'm sure most of these airlines do like the minimum, you know, the minimum requirements so they can fit more people.
Yeah.
But like, this is America where none of us are fit. Really,
yeah,
like
really. We're all
90% of us are technically overweight.
Right. Yeah.
So,
but I don't know, man. I think since I was always been a bigger kid, bigger dude. If there's 2 armrests, I'm gonna automatically try to take one. You can get one for a little bit, but I've definitely caught myself before being like, God damn it.
They really
Survival
you bully
of the
people.
fittest.
Yeah.
You bully people.
I
if
mean,
you're the biggest one,
though, like,
you got 2 armrests.
Yeah, thankfully, I mean, like Corinne's tiny. I tell her she don't give a shit. She can like sit in her own seats and just sit on herself, kind of.
Right.
And I can take both and just. But
yeah, we need both.
No,
like,
and you notice like when dudes go, well, you know, unless you're a couple or something, when dudes go, they tend to skip a seat for that reason.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to sit next to you if I don't have to. That way we both have our fucking
leg room and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but if I have to sit, it was going to be a fight. You're going to be mad. Like, look, I'm sorry, bro, but like, I need this.
This is mine.
This ain't.
You going to pay me off or like, how we doing this? Because right now this is my armrest.
All right. I got another question.
Okay.
If you drop soap on the floor, is the floor clean now? Or is your soap dirty?
Oh, shit.
Soap's dirty. That's
Soap's
an easy
dirty?
one.
I agree.
It comes up with like crap on it. You got like fuzzes. Like, are you talking about? Like,
but now
carpet?
that crap's not on the floor.
So is it for it's cleaner? It's not clean, I guess.
Okay, I'll accept that. Yeah,
the soap is more dirty than the floor is clean. In that situation,
that's a damn good answer.
Yep.
Shit.
All
that's
right.
why he's got.
But
glasses
he's right
on.
though. You always pick up something,
off.
a piece of hair, something black, fucking like what the fuck is this with my soap? You got to kind of dig it out,
right?
You know, I haven't used a bar soap in a long fucking time.
Yeah, me either.
I'll be always straight up though.
Probably since I moved out of like my parents' house.
Damn, man.
They always had Irish Springs. classic.
It smells awesome.
I love the smell of Irish Spring, but I feel like it leaves something on me.
There's like a
Thank you.
residue.
I
Yeah.
agree with you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they make good body wash though.
like
too.
filmy
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
definitely.
never tried the body wash. So.
Pretty good.
It's good.
Same
they
thing.
got some
Okay.
that exfoliates.
Oh shit.
With the
Yeah,
little
so-
pebbles in it
yeah,
and
so
shit.
next
charcoal and
level.
shit. You know, charcoal's the wave
Yeah.
right now.
Yep.
Ooh.
Charcoal
Real.
toothpaste, charcoal fucking.
Charcoal toothpaste.
You ever seen that?
Uh-uh.
Crest has got
It's
it.
supposed to really whiten them up.
Yeah.
Really?
Like quickly though.
Wow.
Yeah. Black. Like
Interesting.
you look in this black fucking.
Oh,
you think-
I've seen pictures. I didn't know what it
and
was.
You think like that's just got to be disgusting, but people say no, it tastes like normal toothpaste.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sure
just
they
black.
make it taste good. Yeah.
So, like-
it's supposed to.
Primitive societies used to brush their teeth with charcoal, and then we got to the point where we were like, "Oh, that's not good for you. Quit doing that. Use this Crest." And now we're like, "You know what works great?
Right.
Charcoal."
Bet you never thought of
That's
that.
the shit.
Right.
We're so fucking gullible, fucking
Right.
Homo sapiens, fucking stupid pieces of fucking.
Do you have any other questions?
This one's a dumb question, and I only ask
And
it.
the last two weren't?
Yeah. I only ask this because they came out at the same time, and I feel like at the time we were really into these two movies.
Oh, God.
But Step Brothers or The Hangover?
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers?
That's pretty easy for
Okay.
me. I like The Hangover, but the Step Brothers is more of a... So, like,
Two damn good movies.
I would classify, like, The Hangover as, like, your classic comedy movie. But I would classify Step Brothers as just, like, comedy in general.
Right.
Like, there's a small difference, but, like, The Hangover comedy seems to be made for a movie. And Step Brothers is just made to be funny, just in general.
They almost have more of an inside joke feel, kind of like you two were
Right.
talking
Yeah.
about. You
Right.
know, it just seems to have that more of an insider type
Right.
of. You know, you only gonna find this funny if you know what the fuck
It
you're talking
doesn't
about.
sound written, I guess. Step
Yeah.
Brothers doesn't sound written.
Right.
The Hangover kind of does.
It sounds like two actual douche face fucking brothers who,
Right.
you know, are lazy as shit. And
Do you remember my Step Brothers story? Weren't you with me with Step Brothers and buybacks? Do you remember
Maybe.
that?
I,
I
don't
think
remember
you
this
were
off
with
the
me.
hand, though.
So when Step Brothers came out, I don't remember what year it was, but like it came out on DVD right around my birthday,
okay,
and my parents knew that it was like my favorite movie, right?
yeah,
And my birthday is December 11th, so it's 2 weeks before Christmas. And, you know, I forget how it happened or whatever, but I basically got 2 copies of Step Brothers, right?
okay,
I ended up getting 2 copies and didn't get any gift receipts or anything like that. So I actually took one of the copies to buybacks, right?
all right,
It was unopened, brand new. I was
Okay.
just like, hey, will you guys buy this, like, just for whatever? And they offered me, what, $2? Or no, they said they couldn't take it.
Yeah.
because
They
it was
said-
unopened.
Yeah, they said they
Yeah.
couldn't take it because it's not a used item. And I'm like, okay, cool, word, I feel you. I walked out of the
Okay.
store, ripped all the plastic off, went back in. I was like, hey, will you guys buy this? They said, yeah, sure, $2. And I was like, you motherfuckers.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I basically boycotted buybacks after
Yeah.
that. Like, you know, this is a brand new DVD. You couldn't tell me 3 minutes ago that you would give me $2 if it was open.
Right.
Like, they just said, no, we can't take it. Has to be used. Buy, like, kind of kicked me out. I was like, okay, well, what about now? They're like, $2. Yeah, I almost like
Wow.
threw it at them.
The one here is out of commission. I'm pretty sure.
I know they
Yeah,
downsized.
because this guy boycotted. So
Are
you
they
got-
completely
on that.
done
Got
now?
power, bro. It's
Are they
power.
completely shut down now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know they
The
went
sign
to
is
like
still
half
up.
the size.
Okay, yeah.
They
I remember
downsized.
that. I think I went in there one time after that happened, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I haven't seen the lights on. The open sign has been
Okay.
fucking off
This
every
was,
time I pass it.
I mean, this had to be 6-7 years ago, whenever that came out.
Okay, yeah,
And I don't think I've ever been back.
yeah. I don't think they're here no more, man. And,
Good.
you know, yeah.
Fuck them.
Those type of businesses in general just going like GameStop. They're struggling. They're losing
Right.
millions
Yep.
right now because they're kind of the same business model as far as hey.
And
we're
a lot of
taking your
people
shit,
like
we sell
just
it.
download it digitally, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Especially now that you have to download it even if you get a disc.
yeah. Right.
It's like, well, fuck going out to get the disc. I'll
Right.
just go to the store
Right.
on the Xbox or whatever
Right.
and download
you can
it.
even pre-order and have it downloaded already. You just
Right.
can't
Ready
play
to go.
it until fucking
Yep.
12:01.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely.
Is that how it works? They let it go live at 12:01?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The last game that I pre-ordered was Red Dead 2, which have you played that?
I haven't.
Man. At least
I heard
touch
it was great.
At least touch it.
Yeah.
Man, sometime. But yeah, they let me download it. I think 4 days before it came out, you can actually download the whole fucking thing.
Right.
Which, I mean, my internet's awesome now.
Oh.
But
it's got a little hint of white going on.
Right. But the fucking game was like 100 fucking gigs, so I'm glad they let me download it. If I'd have had like 10 like I had back in 2012, that shit would have probably still been downloaded.
Right.
But yeah, 4 days early, but it said not available until 12/01 October, whatever it came out. But
nice.
yeah, as soon as that fucking minute went and loaded up, done.
Nice.
When I bought GTA 5, I remember going to the release for that at the GameStop, and dude, I was so fucking mad because I'm thinking, I knew you had to, it was 2 discs on Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to install the first disc, but you had to have the second disc in while it's running, while you playing it. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. Like the game's like, some of the shit's on here. You can just stationary shit, I guess. They have to like, so this won't take long to install. I'll be playing this shit by hopefully 1:30 in the morning because it came out at midnight.
Yeah.
2:30 came and I'm still fucking downloading it. And it was like, you know what? I'm tired of this fucking balls.
Right.
I guess I'm going to have to just play it in the morning. But I was so mad because it took me forever. I was waiting on it all day. Like, God damn, I
so
can't wait till
hyped
midnight.
all day. Yeah.
Dude,
The boner kill.
Stood in line. Fucking got home. I sped home. I almost should have got fucking pulled over the way I was driving on the way home.
Yep.
At least 45 the whole way home. Get that bitch in there. Get something to eat. You know, we'll try to take my mom over for a little bit. No, it was 2.5 fucking hours still installing. It was like it forcing you to play in the morning.
So like Jerry said, that's the boner kill of download speed brought to you by Spectrum. So fuck off, Spectrum.
Whatever. To real quick, to circle back to the question, my opinion is that The Hangover is a better movie in general, and I feel like in the theater it was a better experience.
Yeah,
but
I would have to agree.
Step Brothers is such a more quotable movie.
Oh my god,
that's the one you still talk about.
Yep.
One-liner legend.
These are all facts. Yep. These are all facts.
I had the when that shit was hot. What did they remember those fucking soundboards you used to be able to download as apps? You press the buttons and it makes different.
Yeah.
And I made the one, my ringtone, the one that it said, "Get out of my face. I'm gonna roundhouse your ass."
Right.
Dude, when the first time I heard that shit, I lost it. But
nice.
That was my text tone for a while, and all of us randomly, I'd be like, "Get out of my face.
Right.
I'm gonna roundhouse your ass." People would hear like, "What the fuck?"
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yes.
All right, man. Well, appreciate you coming on the show, being the first guest.
I appreciate you guys having me. I'm honored to be your first guest. You guys are doing great.
Thank you.
Fucking Hall of Fame,
really improving too.
Yes.
All right.
You know.
All right.
Just so you guys know, we do still have a couple stickers left. Those are obviously available to you guys. If you want some, just let us know. As always, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff.
Do it.
We are at Average AF Podcast everywhere, including Gmail if you need to email us something or whatever you want to do. And then on Twitter is at Average AF Pod. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
and
appreciate you guys having me.
Have a good night, guys.
And we out.